Was it just me, or it feels like Charles Oliveira is being massively disrespected in his upcoming fight against Ilia Topuria? Like, I can barely count how many people are actually giving Charles a chance to win this fight. Everyone is carrying an attitude like it's pretty much a done deal. Ilia, of course, is going to win the fight, but that might not be the case. Look, don't get it twisted. I'm not out here trying to make a case that Charles is going to win. That's not what I'm saying. But I just feel like he is being underestimated in this fight. With the fact that he has so many traits and the tool set to beat Ilia Topuria, and there's so many unanswered questions that we don't even have when it comes to this fight. Especially when it comes to Ilia moving up to lightweight. This is going to be his first lightweight bout. Now, with some images and videos we've seen of Ilia training for this fight, he has definitely bulked up and looks to be fit. But even when comparing them at equal weight classes, right, the body type, the frame of Charles, and his fight style is kind of an advantage when it comes to this. Of course, he does have weaknesses as well, and it's an argument to say, look, it's inevitable. Ilia Topuria is going to knock out Charles Oliveira. Yes, I can see that playing out, all right? I don't know the last Oliveira fight that he was in that he didn't get hit. And then when you're doing that with Ilia Topuria, bruh, it's only a matter of time. I mean, look at the fight with Ilia versus Volkanovski. I just remember it as Volk trying to avoid getting knocked out. He kept on surviving. Every time he got hit, it would cause a little crack until his light eventually got put out. Same thing with Max Holloway, was pretty much the same story. So when you're watching Ilia fight, especially recently, it just looks like he's taking his time to do the inevitable. Ilia's fight style is a ferocious mix of power striking, pressure, and elite grappling. His explosive boxing is something you got to take into account. Topuria is crisp and has powerful boxing with knockout power in both hands. His right hand in particular is deadly, and he throws tight, accurate combinations. He has power, pressure. He constantly walks opponents down, cutting up the cage and forcing them into uncomfortable exchanges. He does have a strong chin and aggression. Topuria isn't afraid to take a shot and land his own. He thrives in close range battles and overwhelms opponent with intensity. His grappling is elite. Originally a grappler, he has a black belt in BJJ and is excellent in wrestling. If needed, he can take the fight to the ground and dominate with control and submissions. His fight IQ and finishing instinct is up there. Topuria reads opponents well and knows when to shift gears. He's a sharp finisher, both on the feet and on the ground. I mean, just take a look at Topuria's record. Before he came into the UFC, this man had all submissions and then got into the UFC and he's knocking everybody out. I don't care how you want to break that down, that is the best example of a well-rounded fighter. So it makes sense why he gives you that confidence, because he is one of the most confident fighters, honestly speaking. Charles Oliveira's fight style, on the other hand, is a thrilling blend of relentless aggression, slick Muay Thai, and world-class Jiu-Jitsu. He has elite submission, still has the most finishes in the UFC. Oliveira holds the UFC record for most submissions. His Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is world-class with lightning fast transitions and finishes from any position. His aggressive Muay Thai is dangerous. On the feet, he uses sharp knees, elbows, and crisp punches, often pushing forward with fearless intensity. Pressure and chaos is what Oliveira thrives in. Oliveira thrives in wild exchanges. He overwhelms opponents with volume, unpredictability, and the willingness to take damage and land big shots or force grappling exchanges. Now, he's a danger everywhere. Whether standing or on the ground, Oliveira is always a threat. He can hurt you with strikes or submit you in an instant. And one thing you have to give Oliveira credit for is his resilience and risk-taking. When it comes to the resilience, that's something he really lacked on, but somehow developed and had one of the best lightweight championship runs ever. He's not afraid to get dropped or clipped, often bouncing back quickly and using the chaos to his advantage. Now, that is not something he would want to do against Topuria, because normally if Topuria is dropping you, there's no coming back from that. But honestly speaking, I feel like if Topuria doesn't knock Charles out early, It's definitely gonna be a long night for him. Like I said, Charles has the height, he has the distance, he has the reach. He really can try his best to avoid getting hit, which will be a new Charles Oliveira, honestly speaking. But I don't think it's impossible for him to instill that game plan. Topuria is short, okay, with all due respect. That's just his stature, okay? He's explosive, dangerous, but his reach is not the most amazing, honestly speaking. And I feel like there's some mental things that might play into this fight, and I say might with a big emphasis, okay? The fact that Topuria took a while to focus on changing his nickname, and then fans didn't take it well, and then he reversed it and got back his old nickname. It's like, bro, what's going on, bro? Focus on the fight, focus on preparing. But you know what? It is what it is. I just thought it was a weird mindset. And then the second thing that I feel like will most likely play a fact into this fight is the fact that Ilia Topuria has recently changed his fight camp, okay? He's changed to a new camp. We've never seen him fight when training with this set of coaches. So that's going to be a serious thing to watch out for. I'm really curious to know the reason of why he did this, especially right now before his lightweight debut. I'm definitely sure he took a lot of thought into it and calculated it. And the man is an elite fighter. He knows what he's doing. But I'm just curious to see how much that enhances him, or if that's something that's going to take him a little bit behind, especially with the fact that he's fighting in the lightweight division for the first time. Now, like I said, the inevitable, Ilia has been on this run, finishing his opponents in mad fashion, knocking out the two GOATs of the featherweight division, leaving the division, coming to lightweight, and now there's a little stain in the featherweight division, the fact that he left, but it is what it is. The one person who can pull an upset to this type of story is definitely Charles Oliveira. I mean, that's why he's one of the most liked fighters right now in the UFC. He's a movie type fighter. He goes against all odds and comes through, takes damage, comes back. But like I said, I don't think Ilia is someone you want to take damage from, but I just feel like he has that aura of pulling up an upset, and I feel like that's gonna be a big possibility. I mean, if you look at the fight odds, it's just ridiculous in my opinion. Topuria is a huge favorite, while Oliveira is the exact opposite. And I feel like it's a little disrespectful again, especially for the fact that this is Topuria's first lightweight bout. We don't even know how he looks like. Of course, it's easy to say the power is going to carry on into a higher weight class. That will make sense. But we really don't know if that speed is going to be there, how his slick movements and his technique is going to transition. We really don't know. Now, again, I'm not saying it wouldn't. At the end of the day, I just feel like this fight is going to be closer than people are saying. But I feel like Charles Oliveira is probably still going to get knocked out, because that's what Ilia Topuria does. But I just had to pose this argument. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. How much of a chance do you give Charles Oliveira winning this fight? I feel like, again, the odds are disrespectful in my opinion. Do you think Charles Oliveira can pull it off? And at least we'll get an answer here, right? If Charles wins, then that means the fight between Islam and Ilia never even needed to happen. But man, it would be unfortunate and absolutely crazy if Ilia knocks out Volkanovski, knocks out Holloway, knocks out Charles Oliveira back to back. That's gonna be one of the best resumes ever. And it builds his villain role, the fact that he's knocking out all the well-loved fighters in the UFC. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like this video if you like it. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to this channel and you want me to drop more videos like this. And I'll see you guys later.